What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ray Ray coming back at you from Texans 411. I just want to do kind of a video on, trade rumors as far as free agents go. What I think about position players, if they should shift position players to certain players. What's the state of Houston? And what's my projection for next year? I know this is early. It's extremely early to be doing this, but I on my other videos. If you go to my channel, RayRay722442, you'll know what I'm talking about. I have a lot of reasons for liking certain players. Let me rephrase this: for liking certain things and the way things are done. I kind of try to look at things not from a fan's perspective. It's really hard, but as if I was the owner of the team, or if I was the head coach or GM. So right off the top, I want to talk about free agents. There's been a lot of talk about Houston maybe going after a free agent QB versus drafting one in the draft. I say why not do both? I have a theory on what's going on in the quarterback position for Houston. Throughout this whole off-season process thus far, not one thing has been said about Matt Schaub. Whether he's staying, is he going? Does O'Brien want to maybe work with him? Holy shit. I mean, you have to really think about this. Schaub fits the O'Brien criteria. If you watched the O'Brien video that Texans 411 made on this channel, you will know that he did a kind of a seminar on what he looks for when coaching or developing a QB at the high school, college, or pro level. Matt Schaub fits all the criteria he looks for. It's pretty fucking scary that, one, he looks for that kind of player, and Schaub fits the bill. But two, nothing's been said about Matt Schaub. Not one person on the Houston organization has said, yeah, Schaub's fucking gone. Not one rumor has come out, yeah, Schaub is on the trading block. This is a scary thought, Houston fans. You got to think about this shit, man. Nothing has been said yet. Nothing. They're not going to get... And I have a theory. And my theory is going to scare the fuck out of people. My theory at the QB position is that they keep Case and they give him one more year to see what he can do. They keep Schaub just in case Case goes down, or for whatever reason, or just isn't cutting the shit. Two, whoever they draft is going to hold the clipboard for the first year. For all you fans that want Bridgewater or, Manziel, even Taj Boyd, sorry, Texans 411, even Taj Boyd, I mean, these guys are going to hold the clipboard for the first year. O'Brien is not going to put his start of his head coaching career on the shoulders of a fucking rookie QB. He won't. I'm telling you right now, there's not one quarterback in this draft class that fits all the criteria he meets on that video that he did. The only two that come close are Bridgewater and Boyd. Manziel doesn't fit it for other reasons, and we won't go into that because this will be a long fucking video if I did. But the QB position is not, and I think it's funny because 70% of all websites that have to deal with the mock draft or the Texans or whatever are saying Bridgewater is a clear-cut number one. Blah, blah, blah. No, he's not. He's not the clear-cut number one. You still have Jadeveon Clowney out there. We will not go over that fucker in this video. You still have Manziel. Manziel fans, they still, it's not unimaginable that if Manziel wows people at the combine, if he even fucking goes, or pro days, which I'm guarantee he'll have a pro day at A&M because that's his. He loves playing at A&M. I just don't see them taking a quarterback that is not Andrew Luck elite level. I don't see him taking a number one pick with a quarterback with so many questions at quarterback right now. Now, most people say, well, because there's questions, why not take a quarterback? Well, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just not saying you take a quarterback with the first pick overall. I want people to understand that. You know, as a fan, you want that QB because you think you need it. You think, for whatever fucking reason, you think some rookie's going to come in here and lead us to the promised land. The problem with that as fans of the NFL is that we got used to watching, like, Russell Wilson's and Andrew Luck's and fucking RG3's come out within a short time period, and we're like, holy shit, you could do this every year. You could get another quarter. And no, it doesn't happen like that. Those are very rare times to get those very rare athletes in a short period of time, so everyone all of a sudden is mad rushing to get a fucking quarterback. I'll give you an example of it. Many years ago, when Steve Smith from Carolina was fucking destroying everyone went after a small, speedy receiver. Fucking Raiders drafted Darius Haywood-Bay because he ran like a 4.2 40. Deshaun Jackson, even though he's still decent, I'll give him that, but Deshaun Jackson wasn't even a thought in people's mind, and he got drafted. I mean, it's kind of the fad right now. Go with the QB. He's a franchise quarterback. Bridgewater's franchise quarterback. Manziel's a franchise quarterback. No, they are not a franchise quarterback. You are not a franchise quarterback if you have questions. And every QB in this class has questions in their game. Yes, Andrew Luck had questions, and RG3 had questions, but they answered those questions throughout time. They didn't just go, oh, you're a badass franchise quarterback now. You got it. You got the starting job. Those are rare players. Bridgewater is not one of those players. Manziel, as much as I would like it, being an A&M fan and being a Texas fan of everything, he's not those players. So stop trying to think that Bridgewater is, or anyone from that nature in this class. There's no clear cut number one pick in this class. And I've said that millions of times in my other videos. Now, with that said, you have to keep in mind that Houston, I hate saying this, man. I love how people automatically have dubbed Houston next year's Kansas City. All this talent around them, all they need is a QB, and they're in the Super Bowl. What? Come on, man. Give me a break, dude. Do you really think that's going to be the scenario, even if they did take a quarterback? Let's be real, man. Our O-line is fucking suspect. Our D-line is being depleted. Our secondary sucks. Our linebacker core is pretty much gone. What do you think we need? We need a lot of shit. QB, to me, is not... It's a priority. Don't get me wrong. But it's not a high priority as, say, right tackle, right guard. Because, Wade Smith's gone, so they might move Brooks to the left guard side. But that... And I'll come into that a little bit later. Fucking our secondary sucks, and it has always sucked in Houston. I don't think we've ever had a year in Houston where our secondary was just fucking prime. Was just taking picks left and right. I want a team that can have at least 3 guys with just 3 picks. That's all I'm asking for. That's not unreasonable, but we do not have the talent in the Houston secondary to say, yeah, you know what? We're an upper echelon team. Bullshit. Because if you were an upper echelon team, you wouldn't have got trounced by Green Bay when you were, not last year, but the year before that. Trounced by New England twice in the same fucking year. Then you get trounced by fucking all these other teams. And then they have people that come back. You should have beat Seattle when you fucked it up. Granted, that had Schaub's to do with it, but in the back end, the defense failed. They can only do so much if they're on the field for that long, but that's not the point. The point is, even statistically, if we had, with our defense being what it was, our pass defense was the worst defensive statistical category in our repertoire, besides turnovers, but that goes for offense and defense. You can't really count that. So, Houston fans, for you guys saying that, no, we don't need secondary, you're fucking smoking crack, man. We need secondary. Our secondary sucks. I'm sorry. It is horrible. I watched every game this season except for one. And in that one game, he had Jonathan Joseph had a good game. It was against Jacksonville the first time. Didn't watch that game because I already knew what the outcome was going to be. And he had a good game. And then I was like, okay, so maybe he's getting his feet underneath him. So watching this, he gets fucking clobbered. He gets smoked. Man, don't tell me Jonathan Joseph is an upper echelon talent, please. Don't bother, because I can go point out probably 10 times just this year off the top of my head of when he got fucking smoked for a touchdown. Double moved and off on a streak route. So don't start with me on that crap. Do not start with me on that crap. Running back. If this shit with Arian Foster goes any further, there is a great chance that McNair cuts his ass. There's a great chance that O'Brien cuts his ass. And okay, all bullshit aside, all of the drama going on with Baby Mama and Side Ass and everything else, or whatever her fucking name is, all bullshit aside, O'Brien runs a spread system. He does not run a zone blocking scheme system. That's why Arian's so successful, is because that's kind of running style he succeeds in. Coming off injury, getting a new offensive coordinator, getting a new head coach, do you really think Arian's going to get the kind of touches that he's used to getting in the past? If anything, Arian should be grateful right now. One, he hasn't been fucking cut. And two, they're going to save his legs so he has a little bit longer career in the NFL, because he's going to need it for the amount of money he's going to fork out to these two bitches coming up soon. So, I mean, running back has become a position of concern. Tate is gone. And I love Tate, but Tate was injury prone and fumble prone. You know, good luck wherever you land. Hopefully not in Jacksonville or some shit like that where we got to see you twice a year. I don't see Dennis Johnson being the main guy. I mean, there's holes at the running back position. So that's QB, running back, O-line. I mean, that's three of the 5 main components on your offense. And that's not even counting tight ends. Let's face it, Owen Daniels is getting older. He's always injured. He's suspect at blocking at best. But with O'Brien's system, he would run that double tight end system. He is the one that started implementing that in the league when he was with New England. And now everyone seems to run the same shit all the time. So, Graham is a free agent. There's been no mention on signing Garrett Graham. I don't know why they're going to drag their feet on that. Hopefully they don't do what Houston always does. Develop a great tight end just to let him go somewhere else and have fucking a good career. I hate that shit happens, but it happens nonetheless. Wide receiver, I'm happy for the first time at a receiver core. Granted, I'm mad because DeAndre Hopkins is not targeted as much, and I wouldn't be opposed to adding a receiver to the receiving core, because I just don't think Lestar Jean is going to come back. Keyshawn Martin, to me, last year was the year for him to prove that he's supposed to be here. He didn't do that. Alan Bonner was injured, and Alec Lemon looked good, had promise, but then he was put on injured. And a lot of that was to retain the players so he wouldn't lose them to other teams. But we need that slot guy. Because O'Brien, I guarantee, is going to run a lot of one tight end, one running back, 3 wide splits in a spread shotgun formation, maybe even a pistol formation. I don't know what his full repertoire is. I would have to watch a preseason game to get a good idea of it. But I just don't think that this is the time for Houston fans to go quarterback. Especially next year, it's got so many good quarterbacks coming out next year that could be easily just as good, if not better, than the quarterbacks that are coming out this year. I hate to bring that up to you. I hate to say that to you, but a lot of good quarterbacks went back this year. And good for them. I'm glad they did. But who's to say you can't grab someone there, you know? And it's just a matter of, what do you think is a priority right now? Let me put you this way. You draft a quarterback, but you don't draft an offensive lineman. You draft a third-round offensive lineman, and Brennan Williams doesn't pan out, and Quisenberry doesn't pan out, and Brooks doesn't do good at left guard. Chris Myers goes down, and Ben Jones isn't doing good at center. All of a sudden, your franchise quarterback is laid out with a fucking concussion and a broken leg. Why? Because you didn't solidify your offensive line first. NFL fans out there, you have to understand, no matter how you slice it, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Games are won in the trenches between the offensive line and the defensive line. Without either one of them, your other players don't produce. They don't produce. They don't, because they would just either get bull rushed or they would get fucking jack slapped up and down the fucking field because there's no one there. If you don't have someone blocking your fucking side when you're trying to throw the ball and they knock your ass in the face, chances are you're going to get fucking injured at some point. Especially all you guys that want like Bridgewater and all these guys that come out who are like fucking that big around. I mean, let's be real here. You mean to tell me you would rather have Brennan Williams start over Jake Matthews? That's what you're telling me. You're fucking stupid. Go slap yourself. You're fucking retarded. There's no fucking reason why you shouldn't take someone who has proven himself in a 4-year span and played upper echelon talent and has I think he has maybe one weakness in that sometimes he tends to stand up a little. Other than that, the guy has got it all. Has it all. You mean to tell me that Jake Matthews can't start somewhere on the Texans O-line immediately? You're fucking crazy. There's no possible way that Quisenberry or fucking Brennan Williams or Nate Minkin or fucking... I'd even put him over Brooks, and I'm very high on Brooks. I mean, I really think if they drafted him, he would literally be Dwayne Brown, Jake Matthews, and Matthews may take him over just because of the age, just because of youth. But I don't understand for people saying, oh, well, why not get Clowney? Well, I'll get off the offensive side of the ball, and I'll work my way to the defense now. We are losing DNs. I mean defensive linemen. It just seems like, with McLean and Mitchell both free agents. One of McLean's restricted free agent. If you don't know what that means, sorry, I ain't gonna explain it to you. Go fucking look it up. Fucking Merciless isn't panning out. Jared Crick is a wannabe J.J. Watt. See the arm brace for that. Which is admirable, but not working. Tim Jameson I don't know why we gave him such an expensive contract when he plays not very many snaps throughout the season. I just, DN is not exactly something that we can just, we can skip over and look at something else. I think DN is a problem that needs to be addressed. Once again, games are won in the trenches. I'm sorry. Now, with that said, we're going to go there. Jadeveon Clowney. I've listened to so many people bash me about this guy, and I've had people from mock draft websites bash me because I leave things on their things saying they're fucking stupid. It seems like there's only very few people that agree with me on this. Jadeveon Clowney will not succeed if he was drafted by Houston. I'm not saying he won't be a good player. But when I have people telling me this guy has Hall of Fame talent and is as gifted as J.J. Watt, you've got to be fucking kidding me. No possible way in this world you can compare Jadeveon Clowney to the best fucking defensive lineman that's probably ever played in only 3 seasons. So don't sit there and give me that shit that he's really, really fucking good. He's got skills. He's got absolute skills. There is no denying that. But he doesn't have the motor, and even Bob McNair himself said it. Yeah, he's got that once-in-a-10-year gift, and he's got God-given talent. He's strong, he's fast, but he didn't have to work at it. And he's kind of a problem child. And maybe J.J. Watt could help mentor him. No, not going to happen. I'm sorry. Go slap yourself really hard, man. Not going to happen. I would rather them take a chance on Anthony Barr than Jadeveon Clowney. And I know for a fact Anthony Barr can barely stuff the run at all. But, that goes back to what I was saying. I think that if they're going to take anyone, they need to take someone who can play the hybrid defensive outside linebacker end. Brooks Reed's contract is up after next season, along with J.J. Watt's. They're going to have to get rid of one of them, and I guarantee Watt's probably not the one to leave. Merciless has been a flop. I fucking called it when they drafted his ass that he would be garbage, and he has been absolutely horrible ever fucking since he's gotten in the league. He's got promise, he's got the skills, but he's so inconsistent that but I have to be fair. I got to give him another year. I think you need to give a player at least 3 years to know what a player is made of. I firmly believe that. I really do. But our D-line is a mess, man. I wouldn't mind taking Stephon Tuitt or Trent Murphy or hell, even take a chance on Aaron Lynch. You know who that is? Look him up again. I'm not going to fucking tell you what he's about. Maybe Aaron McDonald, Timmy Jernigan from fucking Florida State. If you watch that the BCS National Championship game, you know he was just pretty much everywhere. His fucking pursuit was absolutely outstanding for a defensive tackle. So, I mean, you know, and this all hinges on if Antonio Smith comes back. If Antonio Smith comes back, chances of them getting a defensive end within the first 3 rounds, to me, is slim to none, realistically. But you know, Smith is he's in the twilight of his career. He's gonna win that one last final good contract, if you know what I mean, before he goes anywhere. So let's be real, he probably ain't gonna go anywhere. To me, linebacker is such a big need for Houston. I can't even fucking describe it. Not many free agents on the market that I would like to pick up in any position, but especially in the inside backer position. I think they should re-sign Mays. I think Sharpton needs to go. I think Sharpton has had plenty of time to prove his worth, and he's been garbage. And good luck to you. Go to a better team. Do whatever you gotta do. Just don't be a Houston Texan next year. I was pretty impressed with Tarpinian. I think he played pretty good in limited roles. His pursuit is freaking outstanding. I think he's got a great nose for the ball. I think you should maybe sign him back onto it. I think he had a 2-year deal, actually, when he first signed with Houston anyway, so I think he's here anyway. But there's a guy out there that I think Houston should take a chance on, because if you think about this, these 2 guys playing inside linebacker, and both of them, unfortunately, have had injuries in the past. I'm not even going to lie. Both of them are kind of getting older. But I wouldn't mind putting John Beeson and Ryan Cushion one next to the other. Beeson is a free agent. He went to the Giants as a trade from Carolina. He left Carolina after the Luke Kuechly. I can never say that fucking name. Luke Kuechly, whatever the fuck his name is. Guy's a badass. Anyways, at Carolina, they traded him for a 7th rounder. He wanted to stay in the Giantsville, but they weren't going to give him what he was looking for. Chances are he's looking for a $4 million, $25 million, $12 million guaranteed kind of contract. If Houston does what I think they're going to do, and release a couple of high-profile players, a la Daniel Manning, maybe even Matt Schaub, maybe even Foster. Now, I think that they could land him at least for a 4-year contract to the end of his career. So, but those 2 guys at inside backer, whoo, boy, that's like, man, to me, that's like almost like Navarro Bowman and fucking Willis in San Francisco. I mean, those are 2 really good Packers, man, side by side. Granted, his contract might be a little expensive, but we need to bring someone in, man. I mean, realistically, you have 7 rounds for Houston to fill the void and fill a need in every round for every position is kind of ludicrous, to say the least. As far as backers go, I think there's, as far as inside backers and secondary, I think there's an overabundance, in that you could possibly get lucky 3rd and 4th round with one of those 2. But to me, instant impact starters for those particular positions are in the first 2 rounds, a la Khalil Mack, C.J. Mosley, Christian Jones, Shane Scove, Andrew Jackson, and company like that. So I don't know. So anyways, this video is coming up on 30 minutes here. As far as where I think they're going to go next season, let's be real here. I don't see them. I don't see them. Maybe 500. To me, being 500 is an improvement. With so many questions in the air of how this team's going to react, Players may not get the O'Brien system right away, and he's kind of a perfectionist. So, once again, some players might not make it, a la Chris Myers, maybe even Keyshawn Martin and stuff like that. I don't know. So it's kind of if they're 500 or better, I'd be happy. I mean, I'd be really, really happy if they made the playoffs. But I'm realistic, and I understand that they have many holes in many areas. And Houston fans need to understand that. They can't just go, we have Bridgewater, we're in the Super Bowl. It doesn't. That's just stupid, man. That makes no damn sense whatsoever. Anyways, Texas 4-1 is going to do a top 10 prospect per position. I think sometime soon, so keep your eye out for that. I'll be doing baseball season's around the corner. I got a bunch of Astro stuff I'm going to start talking about on my channel. Once again, it's RayRay722442. I think that pretty much covers what I wanted to go over. I don't have very many other things to say than what I've said. I just think that the state of the organization is in flux. They're trying to put the right pieces in motion, and hopefully the players buy into the O'Brien system. If not, they're fucking gone, and then we're just going to need a whole new system altogether as far as system players altogether. Once again, I think Houston needs to stop focusing on players that have specialties and need to focus on people who are more balanced. People that can play multiple positions, that have the right frame of mind, that stay out of trouble with the law, outside the field, and has her head in the fucking right place. Not a prima donna, can't play because I don't want to get injured kind of attitude, or I want to go party because I'm fucking, this is who I am, and fuck you if you don't like it. Those kind of players, though most of them are good, their attitude sucks. And just remember, my philosophy is attitude is everything. Attitude is everything, man. If you got a shitty attitude, you're going to have a shitty team. If you have a positive, team-oriented attitude, you're gonna win some fucking games, man. And I don't think O'Brien's far from that. So, anyways, sub the channels, and I'll come back at you with another feed sometime soon. Peace.